This is kind of hard to explain what's going on. I've been getting a lot of feedback recently, basically just from like, I mean, I'm gonna say it like on Twitch and stuff like that when I'm streaming. Like, people don't really want to. You see that floating stuff? See, there's no. I'm pretty sure that's just from these two things up here. But people basically don't want to watch Overwatch. And I'm not saying that I'm losing a whole bunch of subscribers or anything like that, but I noticed that a couple of people have dropped off, especially like some of my league, like some of the people who used to watch me for League, which is understandable. I'm playing a new game now and stuff like that. But somebody wanted me to go in depth as to why Overwatch just feels like it's a different game from what's usually leading on Twitch and what's usually getting viewers, and like basically why they can't pull in viewers when they play Overwatch. And I'm going to tell you one thing, it's not because of how many other streamers there are. Like, that's kind of hard to explain. Like, of course that's one of the big reasons, but actually it's the design of the game. The design of the game, when you're looking at somebody and you throw some shurikens at them, for example, right? You know that this is going to do a fixed amount of damage when it hits their body, and it's going to do a fixed amount of damage when it hits their head. Because there's no items in this game like a MOBA, all of the damage is fixed. And what does that mean? That means that there's almost no random part of this interaction between us. I know that if I get 2 shurikens hit and then stash through, I'm going to get that kill, right? The hit is a little bit overkill because I didn't even need to hit it there, but the freaking broken dash was able to finish him off. Another thing is, with this fixed damage, is that things kind of happen slow, right? So this guy from across there, that all took over a second. So when something happens like Hanzo headshots you straight in the head and you're dead all out of nowhere, it's really fast. And it feels annoying because the general pace of the game cannot be enhanced in any way. Your movement speed is fixed, your freaking your damage drop off is fixed, all of the statistics and things that revolve and make the game go around is fixed. So there's no running faster than somebody unless you have a Lucio on your team, and basically that sets the pace for the game at a certain distance, right? I mean, in a certain way. So when Reinhardt walks up to you, you know that it takes 3 strikes for him to kill you, and you know that if you don't have a Lucio or any heals around, you're gonna die to those 3 strikes, which is kind of like an acceptance of fate. Your brain has time to like react to that and realize what's going on, right? Like, okay, I'm just gonna die and then I can reset with my team. But when Roadhog hooks you and instant one-shots you, it's like he just did what Widowmaker did, but he's a tank. And there's a lot of people who, even with this new hook, like it not doing BS stuff, it's still basically BS because the one-shots are insane. So, like, just to not really like to, you know, like get down on, you know, how the game was developed and stuff like that. But because there's no randomness to it, right? Because there's no randomness to it and you're actually fixing it because the bugs kind of made it random and exciting for a lot of people. Like, these hooks were just like some of the BS hooks were like a big LOL moment. So when you take out those bugs, the combos, what is it, animation canceling and stuff like that, you kind of take away from the randomness of the game, right? So the more structured you make it in the attempt to balance it, the more destructive it is for the community. Does that make sense? It's a little weird, especially when a game comes out that's this polished and this flawless in design. It really hinders the game because there's other stuff like that captures the eye. Like, for example, it's the randomness of like a Syndra getting her ultimate before you can even finish her off from 1 HP left, and she gets that ultimate off, does 700 damage or something like that. It's like a big PogChamp moment. And like what I've been talking about with other people in streams is that there's no PogChamp moments. Like when I pull out my sword, you know that if I'm a good Genji, I'm gonna get the 2 targets in front of me, right? And it takes a while in between those swings, so you know that your mind can process that I'm about to hit this person. It's really about, I mean, I don't mean to be like psychologist or anything like that. But the reason why it's really cool when I do something like this and disappear and when I have my blade out and he just dies, it's because the dash, it happens before your mind can process it, and that's really cool, right? That's the flashy play. That's what, you know what I mean? That's what's like, holy shit, that just happened right in front of my eyes, right? And that's what makes it really cool, because it's fast. It happens fast. It's striking down. Shadow 2K does it almost, like, quite honestly, a lot. Like, and I mean a lot in a bad way. And that's what, as the game goes on, is going to just be bad, because play of the game after play of the game, if you're playing Genji, especially like for me, like the tactical visor, for example, right? If you get the tactical visor charged up, you're going to look at 3 people in an attempt to kill them. And that's your play of the game. Helix Rocket here. Probably the coolest soldier play of the game I've seen was when he did a Helix jump, and as he was falling, he killed 2 people off the side of the map, and he said hello as he was dying. That was probably the coolest thing, and that was when I like started the game back in May. So that was really like, after that, there really wasn't a whole bunch going on. As far as that goes, and I guess some funny Lucio ults and some funny moments is what keeps some people in, but for I guess for the concerned customers that want the game to go on forever but feel like it's getting stale, I don't know what to say. It kind of took me by surprise, because I honestly, I don't know what to say. When you tell me that you don't like the game anymore, it's just a big, like, it opens my eyes, because that's what I was fearing, is that people are going to notice stuff like the fact that with loot boxes and being able to purchase loot boxes, whenever new content comes out, you get what you want. How do you explain that? Getting what you want is a good thing, right? But especially in a game like this where characters aren't coming out every month, like, if you had characters coming out every month, it would be a little more healthy for the existence of being able to purchase loot boxes all the time. Like, in games where there's more characters, that means there's more content, which means you're not seeing the same stuff. And there wouldn't be as many duplicates, which I'm not saying duplicates are the problem. They build your currency and stuff like that. And I'm not saying that having a whole bunch of gold is what ruins the game as well. I'm just saying that the access to that content is overshadowed by the fact that there isn't a lot of content, right? So anybody can save up $5. They get the 2 legendary skins that they've always wanted, because they finally got the last bit of loot last bit of gold from some loot boxes. And then that's it, right? And then every other legendary in their mind, because they don't have new characters coming out, feels like it's not needed. Like, if it comes out of a loot box, that'd be pretty cool, but if it doesn't, I'm alright, because I already got what I want, right? So I have all 72 unlocks for Genji, but I don't feel compelled to get anything else for anybody. I'm not gonna say that I was like completionist, but like, when I was buying stuff for Genji, it was just like kind of a joke. I had 60 I had like 50 unlocks for him, right? I'm like, oh, that's weird. He's like the most that I have. And then I realized that you needed 1 more unlock. I mean, the golden weapon counted as an unlock. And that's when I was like, oh, damn, dude, I gotta get this. And that's when I started playing Genji. But after I got that, I was kind of like, okay. And then I was done. And as you can see right now, I don't even have it equipped. Basically because triple tank meta determined how ELO was achieved, and like ELO was how you got ELO basically for what feels like most of season 3. And season 3 just I still have quite a bit of people in my social, like, but this used to be a full like 7 pages. And I'm telling you, there's a lot of people who don't play anymore. So I've refreshed this and made it like what it's supposed to be, and then some people added me and stuff like that. But there's just not as many people as I would hope to see on and active. What just happened to everybody? Was that just over time, or is that just something that happened where everybody stopped playing? But yeah, I guess as far as fluidity goes, fluidity of the game,
If you feel like mentally it's frustrating to get one shot by Hanzo and stuff like that, that's why. It's because basically all damage is like, all damage comes in, all damage is like calculated and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, like their damage is fixed. It's 300 a headshot for Widow, 240 a headshot for Hanzo and stuff like that. So it's not like they randomly, unless he charges his bow at different points and stuff like that, that's when your damage is going to switch up. But it does feel pretty annoying to get hit like that and stuff. So and then I mean, I guess there's not really much else to say. They can't really fix it until they just come out with new characters, you know what I mean? Like the content problem is just something that only time can fix, but I don't really with Doomfist, it's January and Doomfist still isn't out. It's concerning, you know what I mean? People just telling me that they're not going to play until Doomfist is out because there's no other reason to play. It's like, it's sad, man. So I'm not going to join that group because I really just got on, honestly, personally, I just got on to make this video and talk about it. I have not been playing Overwatch for the past week, and I don't really feel like I'm going to be playing Overwatch for another week or so. So there might be a dip in content. I might post some Black Ops stuff. I don't know, or just what I'm playing or what I feel like playing and stuff like that. Because I'm 700 levels in. I'm gonna be honest. I felt like I was forcing myself to play at level 500. So it's been like 200 levels of like forcing myself to level up and stuff like that. And now I kind of just want to break. It's been like 7 months of just intense playing, and that's my fault too, you know. But I mean, I don't know if there's any footage of me like doing my training and stuff like that in this with Genji before, but I've become like a much worse Genji, and I don't even feel like bad about it, you know? Like I don't know. So the tank meta is the reason why I left League of Legends, and the tank meta is something that just, when it happened on this game, happened so soon, really, in production. Like, really, think about it this way. League of Legends has been out for a very long time. The tank meta didn't happen until Season 5. We've had tank meta in, what, 7 months? We started seeing triple tank. Basically, when Ana came out, triple tank became a thing. And it's the first new character after, what was it, after Genji? It's just toxic, man. So, sorry to like make the game sound bad or anything like that. Still have a special place in my heart for Overwatch. I'm gonna be playing it. Just not this week. Not for the rest of this week at least. Oh, and stuff like that. Like you have a little bit of time left in the bar, but you still have to. You're like using that time left to sheath the weapon. So yeah, I don't even know how long this video is, but hopefully it's not too long, and hopefully it's not too boring. But that's just my opinion of why the game might feel a little boring to some. Just like from a psychological standpoint, or how the brain, not really psychological as much as how the brain views things. Like how long it could take me to kill this guy, and then I just walk up to this guy and he's dead. Like, it could make certain heroes feel unfair, you know? But, I guess that's it for now. And, I'll check you all later.